ExpressVPN is one of the market's leading VPNs with a strong following. And that can't be the case without it being easy to use, can it? But if you're a newbie, I'll show you how to easily set it up and how to use ExpressVPN. The first ExpressVPN setup step is downloading the app. Regardless of your operating system, it's just a simple download from the ExpressVPN website. The process shouldn't be that dissimilar to any other app. Load their webpage, find the Download VPN section, and choose the correct app for your device. All you have to do now is tap the download button on the next page. Finally, you'll need to find the file on your device and install the application. However, once you've followed all of these steps, you'll still need a subscription to get things moving. This is where I urge those who don't have an account to scan the QR code on the screen or check the description for the most updated exclusive pricing. Now, I'll move on to one of the most important steps in this ExpressVPN tutorial, and that is connecting to a server so your IP address is hidden. Once you launch the app, you'll be met with this interface. It's a simple and approachable interface. I do like that ExpressVPN doesn't try to overwhelm you with features as soon as you start, tucking everything you'll need later under appropriate sections. Also, look at how easy it is to understand that I'm not connected to any VPN server. To start protecting your data and privacy, we want to be connected. So let's fix that by tapping this big button here. Now the button should say connected, and the color has turned from red to green. This hooks me to a server using Smart Location, which is decided based on various metrics. But there is another method of finding a server if you want something specific. You see, ExpressVPN has thousands of servers across various locations. And in spite of my gripe about them removing their exact server count from their website, they still have an adequate amount for most activities. Say you wanted to do something specific that involves connecting to a certain country. This could be anything from streaming Japanese TV shows to joining a specific gaming server. Whatever it is, it's super simple. Start by tapping the three dots here and either browsing the recommended servers or switching to all servers at the top. Once you find a server to your liking, either by scrolling or using the search bar, double tap it and it'll connect. I like that you can minimize or expand certain locations too, just by tapping here. As you can see, now I'm connected to a UK server. This means my IP has been masked with a UK one, and my online activity is hidden from snoopers, my ISP, and online trackers. ExpressVPN is also no logs, which means they don't store any of your online activity. Either way, with RAM-only servers, the data can't get physically stored anyway. Now, a little tip to make your experience as smooth as possible is to add countries you know you'll use frequently to your favorites. I've added 3 countries here to load at the top of my list. Of course, there are a lot more customizations you can do, and they're all just as straightforward. I recommend adding some shortcuts that can let you launch particular sites from the ExpressVPN app instead of working in different windows. For those who forget to connect to a VPN server before doing activities, especially data-sensitive ones, I recommend setting ExpressVPN to launch on startup automatically. This can be found in the settings, and it's as easy as ticking a box. But let's dive a little deeper into its features. Ramping this how to use ExpressVPN tutorial up, I'll start over here with split tunneling. This essentially means you can split your connection so that chosen apps and browsers can be customized to run through the VPN connection or the unencrypted standard connection. Why would you do this? Well, there are a few reasons. Maybe you want to browse local shopping sites, but simultaneously stream content from another country. In that case, I'd head here, then to the options. Next, I'd tick the Manage Connection on a per app basis and head to the settings where I can choose Only allow selected apps to use the VPN connection. Here, I'll include an app. There are a few other variations of excluding, including apps here, so you can just choose which suits you from the same menu. Another noteworthy feature is stealth servers. Upon noticing network restrictions, these automatically kick in and mask the fact that you're using a VPN altogether. They're great for getting around governmental, work, school, and even website blocks. You might ask, isn't a VPN meant to do that regardless? And yes, in theory, but not all have advanced technology to bypass deep packet inspection. While it isn't something I'd use every day, it shows ExpressVPN's strengths. On that note, want to know something I use every day? Threat Manager. Thankfully, it is now available on Windows 2 and included with a subscription. It stops apps and websites from collecting and sharing your usage. This not only protects your privacy from unauthorized sharing, but it stops any data from being shared for malicious reasons. However, arguably one of the most useful capabilities of this VPN is in the form of Media Streamer. Look, it's no secret that VPNs are universally used to access content. So the tech race to make it as comfortable as possible runs on. For ExpressVPN, they have Media Streamer holding the baton for a few reasons. The first being that it can be used to access a wide range of devices, especially ones that don't usually support VPNs. This is your smart TVs, gaming consoles, and even your home router. Though this doesn't have any security benefits whatsoever, I can't deny it makes accessing my shows a lot more convenient. And to further enhance usability and experience, ExpressVPN is one of the few VPNs I recommend for router use. VPNs are notoriously difficult to set up and use routers. But ExpressVPN has very good and extensive tutorials for this, as well as the device groups feature. This lets you assign different locations to different device groups, while with other VPN router setups, you're usually stuck with one location at a time for the whole household. There are a few pros and cons worth knowing before doing this. And while I don't have time to expand now, it's still worth knowing it's a possibility with ExpressVPN. But what I think is important to expand on a little bit now, and what a lot of other tutorial ExpressVPN seekers or videos tend to skip, is getting familiar with security settings. First, changing your tunneling protocol. Without speaking in tech terms, ExpressVPN uses a standard type of encryption and a standard set of protocols, OpenVPN and IKEv2. However, they modernized the experience by creating a newer edition in 2020, Lightway. This is faster, safer, and more reliable. With a stronger encryption cipher and protection against sophisticated attacks, Lightway will give the best experience overall, while OpenVPN or IKEv2 are still secure and good for different scenarios. If you want to check which protocol you're using, head here. I'd advise you to set your protocol to automatic. That way, ExpressVPN will choose which suits your network best. Furthermore, the kill switch is just as important. This ensures your data isn't leaked in the case of a connection interruption. ExpressVPN calls this feature network lock, which thankfully is automatically on by default and will hide your IP and data as long as you're connected to a server. You can turn this off with the app, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. Finally, knowing where your information is in your account is handy. Head over here. At the top, you'll see Account, and you'll be able to manage various things from this section. A little reminder about my best VPN deals below. I always update these and make sure they're relevant, so be sure to check them out before committing to any VPN. So, what's my takeaway as an ExpressVPN user? Its strengths clearly lie in its easy usability. You've got a clean dashboard with more advanced settings neatly tucked away. Though it may seem basic and they hide exact server numbers, it is highly functional and can suit any type of user. Thankfully, your operating system doesn't govern your experience here either. With nearly identical Windows and Mac features, no user misses out. That was my ExpressVPN review and tutorial. Don't forget, my comments are always open, and you can tap the screen to watch more Best VPN 2024 analysis videos or check my deals. Until next time.